Chrissy, and today I'm going to share with you my Tuesday tips about using the new style Stampin Up ink pads. So most of you would have the old style ink pads, and some struggle with getting them open and pushing them and closing them, and get a bit disappointed because you've always got ink in the lid because you do the whole press my lid down to watercolour, and so it gets messy. So I wanted to share with you a few tips about keeping your new style ink pads in pristine condition. But first of all, we're going to just talk about when you get your new ink pad. So you see here, you've got my Grapefruit Grove ink pad, and when your ink pad arrives, it has a little sticker on the back. And this has 5 strips in different languages, all saying with a strip of the colour and saying what the name is, in this case Grapefruit Grove. So one sticker is for the front, then the other sticker is for the inside, and then you have 3 left. So I put one on the left side, and I usually use the Japanese one. I have one on the right, and then I put one on the bottom. So when my ink pad is open, you will always see what colour it is, so there's no getting it confused. And then the one on the bottom is, if it's on my desk, I can see which ink pad it is. Might not know what name it is, but I can see what colour it is. Okay, so the next tip I wanted to show you is about opening the ink pads. Now, these are a compact style ink pad, and you can open them like that. But see, some might slip and you get a bit of ink on you, and that's not ideal. So, let me just wipe that ink on my pants. Okay, so what we're going to do is, instead of doing that, we're going to hold the ink pad in our hands like this, and get our 2 thumbs. We're going to press very gently along the hinge edge. So this way just pops up. Now, this is a new ink pad, and so I know that it's going to be a bit firm. So before I even start using it, you can see that you've got your 2 stickers on either side. So before I start using it, I'm going to take a chapstick. This was an expensive one, but I don't use it anymore. So I'm just going to run that down each side. And what that does, sort of greases up my ink pad, and you don't need to put too much on. So now, when you use it, it'll slide back and forth much easier. Some people use a candle, but chapsticks are cheap and they're easy. So there you go. So now we've got our pristine ink pad. So remember before I showed you this ink pad, which I'd pressed the ink and the lid together to get the ink in it to do watercolouring? I don't want to do that with these nice new ones, because I want them to stay nice and new looking. So, but I still want to watercolour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my clear blocks. This is block G. So I find the smaller blocks are better because you don't use up as much ink. So I'm just going to tap it quite firmly a couple of times on my ink pad. So now it's all covered in ink. So I've got my image that I want to watercolour, and I've got my aqua painter. So I'm just going to pick up the colour from my aqua painter and just colour it in. So no more getting ink in the lid. How easy is that? And it keeps it much cleaner, and You can just wipe that off with a tissue. And so there you have it. So, my top tips again is stick the labels on either side and on the bottom. You can wipe off the ink. Make sure you don't have inky fingers. 2, when opening the ink pad, just use your 2 thumbs on the hinge edge. Tip number 3, use your chapstick to go along either side to make it run nice and smoothly. And tip number 4, instead of using ink in it or re-inkers in your lid, use your clear blocks. They make it so much easier to clean up. And again, these ink pads all store and stack nicely. They've got little feet so they stack on top of each other. And coming on April 1st are some storage solutions for these ink pads. So make sure that you keep an eye out for those. Okay, until next time, happy creating, and I hope you enjoyed this tip. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and our Facebook and Instagram pages. Catch you soon. Bye.